Hello. Today I'm going to talk about records and this kind of error that a lot of people run into whenever they're trying to use records or row types and they're just not very familiar with PureScript. So there's already some documentation on pursuit for the prim module. So if you look at the docs there's a big explanation here. And the gist of it is that we actually had this built-in data type record, and it takes a row type parameter to create an actual type. So this works in that you can define a row type with parens, and then you can use the record type constructor in order to create the actual type. And that's the actual same thing as the syntactical sugar for braces. So type person brace name string age number is the same thing as the thing up here. Let's demonstrate that. Let's start with the row type. So my row, and let's say Apple is unit. Simple enough. And then we can create a record type out of this, right? So we can say my record is going to be record of my row. And just the same, we can create a my record prime that's going to be the actual fields literally. And you're probably also used to seeing this my record double prime that's going to be an empty record extended by my row. So a lot of the problems that people run into, I guess, are starting from here, where in the extension point they try to pass in a record type. So let's try passing that in. Let's try my record here. And what's the error we're going to get? We're going to get could not match kind row type with kind type while checking the kind of record record extended by my record, right? So this is the error that a lot of people see, but then they don't really know what this means. And if you slow down and look at the definition of record again, it's more clear to look at it here. So you just have to know that you run into the error most whenever you're trying to pass in any kind of type here. So you run into the same error if you pass in string, right? You're going to get cannot match kind row type again with kind type. And we could also put something else in here. So some other type like a symbol. And then if we pass in symbol, then the error that we get, assuming I actually refresh this, is going to be cannot match kind row type with kind symbol. So to fix this, like if you want to actually extend rows with things, then make sure that you actually work with row types first and then actually construct your records after the fact. So just like doing this as an alias, as a record constructed from that row type is just fine. So the other point is that a lot of people want to define like extensible, right? Extensible R is going to be banana unit extended by R, right? So you can pass in any R row type and you can have it extended with the banana unit. So in this case also, people want to start using this, and they might say like my extended, and they're going to say like extensible my row, and this works, right? But then as soon as they try to pass in a record, they're going to see the same error again. So they're going to see this error that says cannot match kind row type with kind type. And yeah, this makes sense, right? Because R over here is a row type, but when you look at this and you just use when you just use the inferred type, then it's going to be a little bit confusing. So what you can do over here with type synonyms is to give them an actual kind signature, right? If you say row type, then this works, and then you won't get too confused by this anymore. So hopefully this was a little bit useful. Maybe not actually, but just hopefully next time we run into this kind of error, this pops up in your head. And yeah, I have the repo for this called dang, what was it called again? Row record kind of errors explained. record. Yeah. So you can find more stuff about it here. And I have some demonstrations that are written over here.